Tear apart a final table, and now they're going to rip into each other. It's WPT's Bad Boys of Poker 2 tonight on the World Poker Tour.
The World Poker Tour is a series of 17 international poker tournaments featuring the biggest games,
Gus Hansen holding the Bad Boy title,
the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. In Los Angeles, 6 of poker's best are fighting it out for the right to be called the baddest of the bad tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Hi everyone, welcome to the World Poker Tour. We're at the Commerce Casino in Los Angeles for the second edition of the WPT's wildest tournament, the Bad Boys of Poker. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten. And Mike, tonight we are going to see some of the greatest players on the planet, bar none, but also some of the greatest trash talkers on the planet. So you know what? I've come prepared. I have brought the WPT earplugs, so I don't have to listen to them.
But in case you ever find yourself at the same table as Tony G, getting those earplugs might not be a bad idea. Because when it comes to trash talking, Tony G is ruthless. He'll be in seat 1.
Okay, and sitting next to the Australian airbag in seat number 2, a man also known for his mouth. In fact, that is his nickname, The Mouth, the very accomplished poker professional, Mike Matusow. Next to Mike Matusow, the great Phil Hellmuth. Now, he is known for his anger. He is known for berating players, along with his poker wins. The poker brat is back, Phil Hellmuth, seat number 3.
Like him or not, make no mistake, the guy is a phenomenal poker talent. Now, our field of trash talkers would not be complete without a true master of the game, and I'm talking about Nguyen, the master Nguyen, the 4-time player of the year, will be in seat 4.
He is great. He not only walks the walk, but he can talk the talk. All right, next to men, a guy that's been on the tour just for a few years, but what a reputation. He loves to push his opponents around. He's from Los Angeles, Jean-Robert Ballande. You're going to like this guy.
And rounding out the field tonight is the reigning Bad Boys champion. He's here to defend his title, the Great Dane, the winningest player ever on the World Poker Tour, Gus Hansen. But Vince, unlike the other players at the table, Gus is not really a trash talker. He lets his chips do the talking.
No, he doesn't trash talk, but he plays trash hands, and he makes them win. It's amazing.
Well, we're about to get started. It's all on the line. A WPT title, bragging rights, that $25,000 entry into the WPT World Championship. Here we go. All these players are starting out with $250,000 in chips.
Oh, this could be an obnoxious night. I tell you something. Bad Boys about to begin the glorious night of insults, bluff, and slandering.
Former world champion Phil Hellmuth Jr. has drawn the button. That means first action will be on the defending Bad Boys champion, Gus Hansen.
The trash man looks down at the 9-6. Offsuit, doesn't play. And now the Australian airbag in this curious Japanese outfit lays down his Queen-7.
Mike Matusow folds. Hellmuth quickly folds.
Men with Queen-8 in the small blind. He's called it, but over the top for Jean-Robert.
He has raised it with an 8-4 offsuit here.
Phil wants to win this so bad that he offered us $100,000 each just to blow off to him. We all turned him down.
Now, Mike Matusow is out of the pot, you notice, but he has not stopped talking.
That was only the first offer for the $25,000 seat.
Well, men is calling the raise. So here we go. A battle of the blinds taking place here. And flop comes 6-5 deuce. Jean-Robert flopped a 2-way straight draw, as we say. Action on men.
And men flopping nothing.
He checks.
And let's see how Jean will take a shot at this.
Pretty good flop for his hand. And he's going to bet 20,000.
Yes, he does. Stiff bet.
Well, men's going to let it go.
Jean-Robert Ballande taking his first pot this evening.
He is happy to be here, Vance. He's the least known of these players, that's for sure, but certainly has the bad boy image. You got to say that for him.
And looking very fashionable this evening with that ski hat.
Where I come from, guys who wear those ski hats go in to rob banks.
Well, right there, Jean-Robert kind of robbed a bank right there, taking that first pot.
He did. He stole it.
With just 8-4.
You know, everybody I know calls this guy Bobby Ballande, so forget the Jean Robert. We're going to call him Bobby, too.
Well, it gives him a little touch of class, perhaps, if you say Jean Robert. You know. All right, decision's going to be on the Great Dane once again, Gus Hansen. He's got King 5 this time.
Lays it down.
And there's the Aussie, Tony G, a great talker. He goes out.
See, these are my normal hands.
Matusow already complaining about his cards, Vince.
Phil Hellmuth wants no part of it. He goes out. We're back to the 2 guys.
Well, Men the Master limping in with ace-3 of diamonds here.
And Jean Robert says, I call. Here's the flop. Now look at this.
Men the Master has flopped the nuts, the very best hand possible, the ace-high flush.
And he quickly checked it. He's going to try to trap Jean Robert, who has top pair.
He's flopped 2 jacks.
Yep.
I'd bet also after my opponent checked to me. He bets 12,000.
Men the Master with a little revenge time here, perhaps.
Men's going to raise it. He's not going to slow play the nut flush. Trying to give off the impression that perhaps he just has a dry ace, as we say, just the lone ace of diamonds. And this is what Bobby's got to try to figure out. Is Men on a draw? Can he really beat these jacks? Is he just trying to take the pot away from me? I'm going to call him and find out.
He's got him on the hook. And now look at this, a 7 of diamonds. This could be bad for Men. This could slow the action down, of course.
It's got to scare Bobby a little bit.
Yeah. Now he checked once again.
Had Men been on just the draw, he's made his hand now.
Will Jean Robert get out of line here?
And Bobby has not invested any more money here. He's wisely checked it.
Check.
And again, Men the Master checking the cinch. Check, check. It goes.
Well, Men was hoping he would bet at the pot, but Jean didn't take the bait. Probably get the needle from his opponents for not getting more value out of that hand.
Bob escaping there. And Man taking his first pot. A little disgusted that he couldn't suck this guy out for a little bit more.
John did not go for it. Give him credit for staying out of the Master's trap there.
Nice, man. Man, where's the rest of that pot, man? Where's the rest of that pot, man?
I saw the rest of that pot walking down the street.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you, there'll be no mercy at this table, Vince. For anybody that slips up and makes any kind of mistake, I can tell you.
Save those traps for the rookies, man.
Well, this is not only a tough table in terms of talk, Vince, but in talent alone. Tremendous poker skills at this table.
No doubt about it. Let's go back down to the table on Phil Hellmuth, who's been very quiet. He's got ace-3 this time.
Couldn't keep him down.
He's going to raise it here. Comes in for 20,000.
Man out. Jean Robert going out. And now around to Gus Hansen with the button. He's got Queen 10 of hearts.
He's got position. You know Gus likes to play this style of hand, but do you want to call a raise when the guy who raised it was the first to act?
It's like I feel Gus is giving you protection. Instead of me playing, Gus is going to play.
Well, Gus is going to make the call.
I'll give Gus a lot of credit. He has.
Take this hand up against you, Phil.
Tony G just getting his mouth warmed up. He goes out. Mike out. So it's 2-way action. Hellmuth versus Hansen. 2 superstars in the game.
Also 2 aggressive bettors. Let's see what happens here.
And the flops, King 10 deuce.
Phil raised before the flop. Will he bet on the flop? No, he checks.
Caught nothing. Now, of course, Gus hit his pair of 10s.
Well, you see the look on Gus's face. Surprised Hellmuth would check after the flop. He's trying to figure out if Phil's trapping him here.
Now, how do you get a read on Phil when you're doing that? You're cupping your entire face. You got glasses. You got the cap. You only see a little speck of his nose.
Well, you check to Gus Hansen. He's got second pair. He's going to bet it. That's what he's doing here. 28,000.
Does Hellmuth want to stick around? No, he goes out, and just like that, Gus Hansen with a pair of 10s.
When I grow up, I want to be as good as you, Gus.
And look at this. Insults flying by the mouth.
Probably not going to happen, Mike.
Gus hitting the back with.
For sure, I'm not going to grow up. That's for sure. But as far as being as good as you an idiot.
Mike, the correct English is you're an idiot, not you're a idiot.
Oh, man.
I apologize.
All right, send the kids to bed because we got more WPT's Bad Boys of Poker right after this.
You really want a tournament, you're really getting down there, and you start to sweat a little bit.
Oh, no. It's like his pants are on fire.
Those are the moments that define greatness in poker. All the heat, all the pressure. I live for those moments.
I'll win it, because I'm not going to be talking much today. I'm just going to concentrate. You're not going to hear much out of me.
Got it. Smith, he caught the king. Well, look at him. He's going berserk.
I'm going to be focused on the table, and that's why I think I'm going to win.
Welcome back to WPT's Bad Boys of Poker 2. Can reigning bad boy Gus Hansen hold on to his title? Well, let's get back to the action and find out.
I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton. Very dignified final 6 here at Bad Boys number 2.
This little wussy over here just gives you pops.
And right now, Gus Hansen has about $350,000. He is the chip leader. Action on men. Throws away 8 deuce. Jean Robert out.
Over to Gus. Gus looks at 9-3 offsuit, lays it down.
If you want to pick him off.
I don't care.
And here's the hot air balloon from Australia, Tony G.
You would want to fold the worst
Says,
hand.
I'm out, but Matusow calls
You
it.
bluff me, and I have any hint of it. It's going to be this quick. Boom.
And he's only up against Phil Hellmuth, who looks down at a wired pair of 8s here.
Well, Phil is going to raise it, looks like, yep. Raise it 15,000 more. Matusow quickly calls.
He's not going anywhere.
Come on, Bobby. I don't limp and just fold.
Two-way action, here we go.
Oh, what a flop for Matusow. He flopped a pair of 9s and a flush draw and checks. And Hellmuth checks the 2 8s right behind him.
A jack on the turn. Open at a straight draw. Check, check again. And a deuce on the river. Now it's on Matusow, of course.
He's going to bet 15,000 here.
Pretty sure you have me, buddy.
Just the 9s, and he gets paid off.
Wow, Hellmuth says, I'm sure you have me, but I just want to see what you got. What poker instincts by Hellmuth there. He checked on the flop with 2 8s, checked on the turn with an open end straight and a pair, and did right both times.
That's all right.
Oh, 2 8s. Wait, I have a 9. 9.
Oh, boy. Don't give this man any encouragement.
Matusow sticking the needle in him a little bit there.
3 outs on the turn.
Well, if it came 7 high, he might have moved in.
Now you see Hellmuth is on steam watch right now. Steam coming out of that cap. Just a little bit.
Of course, you got to recognize that Phil Hellmuth is the most fun player in poker to needle and to try to get on tilt. All the players love to do it to him.
I know he's moving in.
So the very dignified Mike, the mouth Matusow, taking his first pot here on the Bad Boys.
Let him see over here, buddy.
It is like we're playing on a street corner here.
Oh, boy.
Well, did Michael Jordan win the NBA?
All right, back down on the table.
He carried the team.
On Mr. Gentleman, Mike Matusow, he goes out with Queen 6.
Phil Hellmuth picking up 2 kings here.
Wow.
There you go.
Bets 20,000. What a spot to get him. Everybody thinks he's on tilt, and he picks up a monster hand.
Get more aggressive.
He has got the big one now right behind him. Men the master, Queen 10 of clubs. He's got a decision. He is going to call it. Now Jean Robert going out with 4-3 of hearts.
Over to Gus Hansen.
Wow. I'd like to see Gus's 2 cards.
Got 5 deuce offsuit folds.
The Aussie blowhard goes out. So two-way action.
Phil Hellmuth with 2 kings. Men the master with the Queen 10. And it's come Queen Jack 9. We can see some fireworks here. Phil has the overpair, men the top pair, and an open end straight draw.
Phil is quickly going to check this.
Wow, I'm surprised by that. And I'm surprised men checks right behind him.
Turn card 5 of diamonds.
Again, Phil checks.
Yes, he does. Now will men come out? Yes, he does. He's going to bet $25,000.
Well, you have to think you have the best hand when the guy checks twice to you.
And a quick call by Hellmuth. Here we go to the river.
A king comes off. Hellmuth has made 3 kings, but men has made a straight, and Hellmuth checks again.
This could be a complete train wreck. Here comes Men the Master, who hit a straight. He bet $60,000. A quick call by Hellmuth.
Men's going to show him the straight. Hellmuth is going to bite the dust.
I had top pair.
Top pair.
I believe had he or men bet earlier in that hand, Phil Hellmuth could have very well gone broke on this hand.
Phil, you didn't want to make trips in this
And listen
hand.
to the cackling at the table. You gotta love the Aussie. I mean, he's like a hyena with his cackling. Tony G enjoying Phil Hellmuth's pain. Phil is definitely on suicide watch after that.
Well, Phil trying to remain calm, cool, and collected, but inside,
Pick that bluff off.
it's hotter than a furnace at a steel plant. I can tell you that right now.
You know what Phil was doing? He was playing his hand like an amateur, playing his free kings. He wasn't worried.
Oh, Tony G, Vince. He's trying to make Phil Hellmuth stew. That's what he's doing.
By the way, he hasn't played a hand tonight, and he's having more fun than anyone. Action on Phil Hellmuth.
Deeply on the short stack in this tournament now. Lays his hand down.
Men out. So is Jean-Robert. Now Gus Hansen with the button in front. He's got ace-queen.
Well, he's got a very nice hand on the button. He's going to raise it. Comes in for 18,000.